In-depth coverage of the top stories and breaking news when it happens. News Radio 1080 KRLD.
Talking about the Dallas County Judge Clay Jenkins challenging the governor's mask mandate in court, the DISD ordering masks in spite of the governor's order. But what about the parents that might be opposed to that executive order? Today, the Dallas Morning News has a story about a dozen North Texas parents. They're asking a judge to block the order. On today's Ask the Expert, we're joined by North Texas attorney Quentin Brogdon to talk about parents' options. Quentin, thank you so much for taking the time.
Good afternoon, Dave and Kristen.
I appreciate the time. Let's talk about this. The parents and the families are really the little people in this, and how do they get their voices heard amongst the din of all these government types?
Well, they've hired an attorney and they've joined a counterclaim in the legal dispute between Dallas County Judge Clay Jenkins and the Dallas County Commissioner J.J. Cook. That was the thing that reared its head when Cook did not want to wear a mask in the Dallas County Judge's meeting, and Clay Jenkins, Dallas County Judge Clay Jenkins, told him he had to leave. And so Cook filed, and now there's legal filings back and forth, and these parents, all who have medically fragile children or some other condition that make in-person school critical, they have joined and are asking the court to find the Republican governor's order unconstitutional and request that a judge allow the school districts to require masks to protect the children. The parents say they're being put in an unconscionable position where they have to choose between endangering their children or, complying with this mandate, and that they're asking the court for relief.
Now, even though this claim was filed in Dallas, can any Texas parent join this claim?
Well, you need to have venue. You could file it in another county. You need to have proper venue. So all of these are Dallas County. The students are from Dallas ISD, Capel, and Richardson ISD. And so they have venue here. If you're in another district, you'd need to join one or file one if it didn't exist in your county, quite probably.
And again, these parents feel like they're kind of getting left out in the cold in this. Beyond suing, how do you, as a parent, make the government listen to your voice?
Well, it's a shame, but mask wearing has now become a political statement, either one way or the other. Whether you agree with it or don't agree with it, it's become politically charged. It's interesting. Cynics would say that, the two governors whose states are facing most blowback on this are Florida and Texas, and both of those governors are potential candidates for the presidency. They're both on the short list. So cynics would say some of what's going on here by these governors, at least arguably, could be viewed as political posturing. And of course, there are people who sincerely believe that their freedoms are such and that they should not be told, and their children should not be told they have to wear masks. Of course, on the other side are the health and safety considerations. The CDC and others have said mask wearing is a deterrent, a reliable deterrent. And the pediatric hospitals in North Texas, I think, are over 90%, I think 94, 95% capacity. So our hospitals are filling up. And these parents are legitimately concerned, and this isn't going to go away anytime soon, this contest and this battle about who has the power to require this and whether the power is there.
Now, let me ask you this. We know that some school districts, they are trying to push, the governor's hand, but there are other school districts that are saying, look, we agree with the governor. Can a parent sue the school district for not doing enough to, protect their children while they're there at school?
Well, anyone can file a lawsuit. The question is, what are the merits of it? And a judge has the power to say this lawsuit is not meritorious. The districts and the parents within the districts that will have the most chance of success in contesting any governor's order would be those districts like Dallas and Houston and Austin and I think San Antonio, Bexar County. Those are all school districts where the districts have said, we believe because of the situations in our counties, because the infection rate in our counties is such and the danger level is such that we should be allowed, if we choose to have a mask mandate. I don't think the governor or anybody else should require, statewide necessarily. If you're out in Amarillo, for instance, or Midland, maybe you don't need that mask mandate. Maybe you do. But in the the urban districts, that's where the problem is flaring up. That's where the hospitals are filling up. And those are the districts and the parents within those districts that are most concerned about this.
Quentin Brogdon is the North Texas attorney. Quentin, thank you so much for the time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dave and Kristen. It won't go away anytime soon. I think we're rest assured.